Well, it's a great way to kick off 2025, and it is one of the crown jewels of the Speedway Motors IMCA weekly racing program. The IMCA TV Winter Nationals this year presented by Pit Stop Motorsports at Central Arizona Raceway in Casa Grande, Arizona. It's going to feature hundreds of competitors for 2 weeks from January 7th to the 18th, and it is an incredible event, and we've got promoter Brad Whitfield on the phone to talk about all the great things that have been happening in the big house down in the desert. But before we get to the interview, make sure wherever you're listening or watching from, you hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future episodes. Well, joining me with the Beyond the Flags podcast as 2024 is over. We start 2025 with an incredible event in the American Southwest, and that's Central Arizona Raceway hosting the IMCA TV Winter Nationals presented by Pit Stop Motors. And the man that makes it all happen is on the phone with me right now, Brad Whitfield, the promoter of Central Arizona Raceway. Brad, first of all, thank you, and also happy holidays and a happy new year to you. I know that the last, not couple weeks, not couple days, the last couple months for you has seemed like around-the-clock busyness, getting everything ready for this event.
Yeah, Ben, happy holidays and happy New Year to you as well. About September 15th, we figured out that we were going to be moving Winter Nationals to Central Arizona Raceway from Cocopah Speedway, and we took on a renovation project that was going to take about 18 months according to our planning, and we shoved it all into about 3.5 months. And by the time all the racers and fans get here, we'll have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and this place will be completely transformed into what I hope is a new gym in the desert Southwest. And you got to see a part of it when you were out here in November. You saw the direction it was headed in, and it's just about complete, and I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm extremely proud of it.
I feel like I got to see the tip of the iceberg when I showed up, because it looked like you guys were definitely in the middle of still doing a bunch of renovations. So I'm excited here this week to see what other improvements are. And it seems like it's going to be more of a deal, not what we did change. It's going to be more so what we didn't change.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The only thing that we really didn't change on the whole spectrum was the actual racing surface. It's still the same from the bottom of the racetrack to the top of the racetrack, but as far as the wall, the billboard walls, the racetrack, to me, it just races better, Ben. I think racetracks with walls race better, makes racers a little bit more conscientious of how they race, instead of just blowing in there knowing that they can just go over the edge. They can't do that anymore. As you saw when you were out here at the showdown, and the racing was good all 3 days. It was top to bottom, 3-4 wide racing in all the classes. I think we had 2 nights in a row that A mods and sport mods had one caution in their features. And I think one of them may have gone caution free one night. And that's that's very respectable, especially with the class of cars that we had, the field of cars and drivers that we had for that, just getting this thing up to speed and rocking and rolling.
And it seems like, at least when I was there, and I even watched the Harvest Hustle Turkey Shootout during Thanksgiving weekend, it seemed like it's the racing surface, the way it races, isn't like a lockdown dyno session, DRS train, everyone following each other. It races with multiple grooves. If the driver's able to find it, it's there.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we've learned. We've had practice days out here, so we can practice too on our techniques on farm prep or track prep, farming the racetrack. The one thing that we learned early on in the showdown is this racetrack can get really, really clean and really, really wide, and it kind of emulates rubber, and it didn't. Some people had some lamination problems with tires, but at the end of the day, when you have a tire delaminate, you probably need to kind of look at your tire program, because we're grooving too deep or siping too much. but the racetrack never really rubbered. It just got super, super clean, and it stayed fast. And that's the one thing that we've tried to do is get the racetrack to slow down. And that hasn't happened yet from the bottom to the top. And the lanes are equally as fast. And that's what we want. I think this will probably be one of the greatest winter nationals as far as the racing side of things that we've, I believe this is year number 5. You can probably correct me on that if I'm wrong, Ben. But I think this is year number 5 under my direction, and it's been good. But I think this will probably be the best racing. You're always kind of skeptical going to a new venue, and I think early on the racers were a little skeptical. But the last 2 days, our numbers have really, really jumped. Really, really high on registrations and so on and so forth. And I don't think IMCA TV Winter Nationals is going to skip a beat moving from Kokopah Speedway to Central Arizona Raceway.
Well, and I think what's really cool to note too, and not to try and beat a dead horse on how the racing was, but Central Arizona Raceway, if you've never been there, it's a big track. But it seemed like there were times there, especially like you said, those modified races and even the Northern Sport mods, that it raced like it was a quarter mile. Like guys were jockeying around for position, switching lanes, and if they need to use the slick in the middle, they could roll through the center. It's just amazing how racy it was.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that you bring that up. I was just talking to a racer a day or two ago, and I wish I could remember who it was. And we were talking about just that. I also have Deucer Club Thunder Raceway, which is a quarter mile high bank track in Sholo, Arizona, northeastern Arizona, that we run during the summer months when it's too hot here to race. Actually, it was Gage Karen is who it was. Okay. And he was saying that Casa Grande races like Sholo. And I had said that. I took our 2-seater out and I did some laps in it. It races and it feels like a massive quarter mile racetrack. So you are correct. It's elbows up. It's not just about speed. It's about finesse and putting it in the driver's hands. And then that's what we want. That's what the racers want. That's what the fans want. And that's what the sponsors want. And obviously it's great for TV. It's great for all of us.
Well, and as you said, the entries rolling in. Rowdy Briggs has been doing a great job of keeping us posted of who's coming in. And the entry list, it's pretty sensational. You've got drivers that have won Super Nationals, national championships, big wins, even former Winter National champions, which means that it's attracting some talented drivers, and it's also bringing drivers back that have won this event in the past to keep supporting it. And I know that what really, for me, something that hits home that I noticed was just the huge contingent of the mainland British Columbians that are coming down from Fort St. John area, like Taylor, BC, which is really cool because that's way up there. Even for me here in Oregon, that's a long drive just to get up there.
Yeah, I believe we're about 27 or 28 states represented in the United States. And I believe we are at 4, maybe even 5 provinces of Canada. That's huge.
That's huge. Canada's a big country. So.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And you probably have been keeping an eye on the weather. I've been keeping an eye on the weather. I would imagine our Canadian friends are going to be down here in shorts and T-shirts. Hopefully they wear their T-shirts, but you just never know. Some of those guys, they get pretty radical when they get out in that Arizona sunshine.
Are you looking to find that adrenaline rush, but you can't because you're not at the racetrack? Well, check out the IMCA TV Replay subscription library to have access to thousands of hours of racing for just $24.99 a month. Relive all the moments of the Speedway Motors IMCA Super Nationals fueled by Casey's at Boone Speedway, the Harris Clash at Deer Creek Speedway in Spring Valley, Minnesota, the IMCA TV Winter Nationals at Kokopah Speedway in Somerton, Arizona, Florida's Clash on the Coast, and dozens of Speedway Motors IMCA weekly racing program racetracks from across the nation, as well as the IMCA TV Dirtcast podcast. Plus, 25% of that $24.99 monthly fee goes towards the Drivers Point Fund and is a great way to help out your local racers. In 2023, over $97,000 was paid out to IMCA drivers directly at over 50 racetracks across the country. Please note, that live broadcasts are not part of the replay subscription. That's IMCA TV. IMCA TV, where America comes to watch racing. Yeah, no, I'm hoping it's kind of reminiscent of what was in November. I felt like last year in Kokopah, it was a little bit of an exception versus the rule. I felt like it didn't get over 70 degrees for most of those days, and I'm really excited that it is going to be warm, and I can sit out in the sun like a lizard for a couple days.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking like it's going to be mid 60s during the day, and when we start, it's going to be high temp because we're going to start at 2 p.m. Central Time. We have a curfew here, and we just want to make sure that we get done, accordingly. We're not going to cut a show short. We are going to do, everybody's going to get their due diligence. We will do our due diligence, make sure everybody gets, what they came for. And we will do that. So we are starting a little bit earlier, 2 hours earlier than we did at Yuma. And I feel like it's going to be a good quality show. We have all the correct people and all the correct equipment at our fingertips to make sure that the racetrack stays in tip-top shape throughout the entire event. So my team is ready. The facility is ready. I know the racers, there's some big weather in Kansas, Nebraska. Talked to Chad Dillon this morning. He's got a bunch of ice that he's waiting to get through. They're expecting some snow tonight. So there's a bunch of guys that's already left the Midwest that's headed this way. I know I've talked to a few guys that's in the Northwest that's headed this way to beat some weather. So long as they leave that stuff up north and in the Midwest, I'm good. I got the sunshine. Y'all need to come and get it.
For sure. I was going to say for maybe even race fans that are going to be down there for the next couple weeks, or even race teams that have never been there, if they've never been to Casa Grande, there's great things in the neighboring area, and also the facility is great if you want to stay at the racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. Our neighbors here at Pinal County Fairgrounds, they got full hookups for all of the campers that are going to, our fans and campers that want to stay. We don't have the room in our main parking lot because we're expecting, a lot of fans to show up. This is snowbird haven, for lack of better words. I expect our parking lots to be full. So if you're coming down to camp, you're going to have to do it over at the fairgrounds. There's a ton of things to do in the Casa Grande area. You have Tucson, 45 minutes to the south. You have the Phoenix metro area, 45 minutes to the north. There's golf courses here. There's shopping here. There's eateries here. And there, our billboards are filling up, daily as the new prints come in. And please, as you guys are going out and exploring, the surrounding areas, remember those folks that are on these billboards that support, the sport that we love so much and keep this deal going.
Absolutely. Well, as we kind of wrap things up here, people that you want to thank to make this happen, because you're the chief of operations, but I know that you've got a great staff underneath you and a great, as you said, sponsors. You've got a great amount of support, whether it's marketing partners, folks that are helping do the hands-on construction or the facelift, and it's a team effort. It's almost like a military force effort.
It absolutely is. Ben, I have to thank my entire family. There's a sweet little gal in my life that is taking a back seat to this renovation project, and that is she's taking the brunt of that deal, and I haven't been home. I haven't been around. But my family, my entire staff, from John, Nolan, Scott, Pepper, my sister Tara, my kitchen staff, the pit gate staff, have been nothing short of amazing. You also have, Vonnie Windows and Doors, JE Pistons, Ultimate Equipment out of Mooresville, North Carolina. The list goes on and on and on. I should have it in front of me, but I don't. But there's so many people, Winning Edge Carburation, Pit Stop Motorsports, they're the title sponsor of this deal this year. And, those guys are trackside. They have enough parts, Ben, that they could probably build 4 or 5 race cars complete when they come to the racetrack. So there's not very many parts, if a racer needs it, that Pit Stop Motorsports don't have. Great thing about it is, Speedway Motors is just 45 minutes up the road. They can get them, we can get them, whoever can get them. But more than anything, I have to thank our sanctioning body, IMCA. Brett, his entire staff has been supportive of this deal from day one when we put it together. IMCA TV, I can't ask for a better streaming partner. Chris Grainer, Nate, all those guys, you, the announcers, Chad and Jason that's coming. Really excited to have a new team on that part of the spectrum. And also my brother Ted, he's out here watering day and night, making sure that this racetrack is getting the moisture that it needs. We've been watering for a week. We raced on it New Year's Day. Racetrack was great. We opened it back up. There's still good moisture there. So got a lot going on. Excited about the list of people that's coming out here to support this deal. And Ben, thanks for all you do for our sport, especially on the West Coast. Your podcasts are great. Your articles are great. And we appreciate what you do for Arizona racing as well.
I greatly appreciate that and definitely take that to heart, Brad. And I'm thankful, every day for our friendship. And I can't wait to see how things are going to go and progress in a positive way. Because no doubt, great things are on their way to come. And Brad, real quick, because I know you're super busy, and I thank you for your time that you've taken. For people that are curious, I want to know a little bit more about that, or maybe, we might be able to hit something, some of the Winter Nationals. What's the best way for folks to check out information if they haven't stumbled along it already?
We have our Central Arizona Raceway 3 page on Instagram. We have Central Arizona Raceway Facebook page. We have IMC TV Winter Nationals Facebook page, and our website is centralazraceway.com. And you can reach us by phone, which is my phone, 602-292-7607. Again, that's 602-292-7607. Probably won't answer it, but there'll be a message on there to give you all the information that you need. Again, we're going to be starting about 2 p.m. every single day for Winter Nationals, 2 p.m. Central Time. It will be live on imca.tv. If you can't be here, tune in. It's going to be an event that you don't want to miss.
Well, I'm super excited, and it just seems like we're getting closer and closer to single digits away as far as hours till the first drop of the green flag. And I've got my bag packed already, and I'm ready to get on the plane and head in your direction.
Look forward to it, Ben. Thanks for all you do again, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, race fans, that does it for this interview. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope that you continue to enjoy these upcoming interviews. We appreciate it if you would like and subscribe wherever you're listening, whether it's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever it's at. Give us a like and give us a subscription so that we can deliver more of these great interviews to you for your listening pleasure. In the meantime, wherever we're at, wherever you're listening, we hope you have a great rest of your day and a pleasant evening, and we will see you soon here at Highside Racing Promotions.